Did Iran's attack actually hurt US troops far more than what the Pentagon initially admitted to the public? With 32 troops wounded in just a single day, is the hidden human cost of this Iran conflict now starting to surface? How did the number of wounded US personnel jump overnight from 236 to 268? And why is Washington now taking notice? Do these newly released Pentagon numbers reopen serious questions about the true scale and cost of the war? And could these rising US troop losses have quietly influenced Trump's strategic calculus on Iran? US troop losses linked to Iran-related operations are continuing to rise steadily, as updated casualty figures reveal a growing human toll. On July 31st, the Pentagon officially revised and updated its casualty figures connected to overseas operations involving Iran. According to official data, the number of US personnel wounded in Iran-related operations increased from 236 to 268 in a sudden jump. The Defense Manpower Data Center reported that 32 additional US troops were wounded within the span of just a single day. These newly updated casualty figures were released through the Pentagon's Defense Casualty Analysis System, which tracks military losses. The Pentagon clarified that this overseas operations category includes all casualties recorded since July 7th, marking a defined reporting window. This category was introduced after earlier public reporting on Operation Epic Fury officially concluded back in May. According to Pentagon data, 4 US Army soldiers have been confirmed killed in action during the month of July alone. 3 of those soldiers were killed during an Iranian missile and drone attack targeting US positions in Jordan on July 17th. A 4th US soldier lost his life while attempting to detonate a drone during an ongoing military operation in Iraq. Iranian hardline lawmaker Mahmoud Nabavian has claimed to reveal what he described as the true US military death toll from the war with Iran. Nabavian claimed in a post on X that the actual US war death toll had reached approximately 600 personnel. Addressing the American public, Nabavian accused Washington of concealing the true scale of US military casualties. He alleged that the US government was not telling its citizens the full truth about the conflict with Iran. Earlier, the New York Times reported that the Pentagon reduced its official Iran war death toll from 18 to 14. According to the report, several service members were removed from the casualty list because they died after President Trump declared the April ceasefire. Notably, this latest casualty update came just days before Donald Trump made the decision to call off a planned military strike against Iran.
So, what prompted you to call off the strikes last night?
I was asked to by Saudi Arabia, by UAE, by Qatar, and by Iran. We were all set to go. It's about at this time right now. And it would have been a massive attack. We're all set to go. But when the allies asked to call it off, you got to sort of say, well, let's see. And the reason they asked is I think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran. I call it the denuclearization of Iran.
What should we expect?
We're holding it. We'll just see. We can do it anytime we want. But we were asked by the 3 primary groups. We were also asked by Iran, very strongly, actually. They said, we'd like to make a deal. Now, I don't know what they say, because a lot of times they'll say that to me, and then they'll go out and say, we don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, they don't want to be attacked. And they knew the extent of the attack because they saw it forming.
What happens now?
Well, now what we're doing is we're talking to them in the form of a negotiation. It begins tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if it's I'd love to do that. Save a lot of lives, save a lot of unnecessary power, to be honest with you. It would take many, many years to ever build it back. If it could, I don't think it would be even buildable. But so we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II, and it would have been disastrous for them. And they didn't want us to do it. And frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. They thought that a deal is imminent.
Is there a deadline, sir, on
The deal is imminent, having to do with the Hormuz Strait and also ultimately the denuclearization of it. So when I hear that, I say, well, do we want to go and be this severe? Now, there's a group of people that would like me to just do it. And there's another group of people that does not want me to do it.
Does Iran have a deadline to come to an agreement?
We'll just see how it is. We're ready to go anytime we want. Would I rather make a deal? I'm not looking to kill people. Those people die, a lot of people die, and we don't want that. So they asked us, Iran specifically, but the other three said I asked Saudi Arabia, the king, I said, the crown prince, I said, what would you rather do? Would you rather have us do this or not? They said, we would much prefer a deal as opposed to an attack. Because you don't know where these attacks lead. I mean, will they be flooded with people pouring into their country and disaster? A lot of bad things can happen. Yeah.
Sir, there's a report that you're moving U.S. troops out of Bahrain and Kuwait. Are troops being moved out of the Middle East?
Mr. President, why is the U.S. intervening to support the Japan yen at this time, to support the Japanese currency?
Because we have a good relationship with Japan. We're very strong, very, very strong financially. They have a weakening yen, and they wanted a little bit of help. And we're always there for Japan. Japan's been very good to us, with the exception, of course, of Pearl Harbor.
Mr. President, what is the U.S. getting out of that arrangement?
Financial benefit. Financial benefit. It's also good for the world economy. But we make, when we did with Argentina, I got criticized, we made $25 billion on that deal. On Venezuela, we make hundreds of billions of dollars. I make good deals. Intel, I made $75 billion for the country. I didn't make for me, I made for the country. Intel. I backed Intel. It's the hottest stock right now on the New York stock, on the various stock exchanges. So we made about $75 to $80 billion. Japan wanted to, it was really more than anything else, it was a signal of friendship.
You said that
The yen was weakening, and the dollar is doing great.
You said the
The fact is, our country is doing great. Everybody wants help from our countries. Yeah.
You said the anti-weapon. I'm with ABC News. You said the
BBC?
ABC.
Oh, ABC, that's worse.
You said the anti-weaponization.
ABC better than ABC.
The anti-weaponization fund is back on the table. What are your plans?
Oh, they don't improve. Look, we have a man named Todd Glaze. He's outstanding in every way. Most of you know who he is. You're not going to find a better person. And it's because I backed his opponent, and his opponent won in a landslide. That's the only reason it's happening. But I will say there are a lot of people that people were hurt so badly. 22 suicides. They were destroyed. Their families were destroyed for doing things that, honestly, has never been an attack on any group of people in this country, in my opinion. Maybe there's one group that was attacked violently and viciously, like these people were attacked. And this would be a reimbursement for the pain that they suffered. A lot of people like it. If they don't approve Todd, I put it back on the table. A lot of people like it. A lot of big supporters of Trump like it.
Mr. President, there's been some domestic abuse allegations against Congressman Max Miller. Do you think he should resign?
Well, I'm going to look at it. I mean, so far it's accusations. I'll be looking at it then.
Will the U.S. do anything to address OpenAI and Anthropic's models hacking other systems?
We're very much involved in that. We have a big stake in that. So does the world. So we're looking at it.
On Canada, have you decided on a punishment yet for the wildfire smoke? What if you share?
Back on Iran, were you prepared to hit energy targets?
I don't want to say that.
Okay.
Can't say that. It was going to be a massive attack. It was going to be an attack that would have been by far the biggest attack since World War II. But they've asked us not to do it. They said, please don't do it. And their neighbors said that too. And so we're just going to see whether or not we can make a deal for the denuclearization.
Some negotiations, did you say?
But,